Go live.
Go live.
Okay, I believe we're live on the internet. Yes,
You
there we
know,
go. There it goes.
I have asked myself a very important question now that we've gone live on the internet.
Yeah.
Because it's always good to prep this stuff in advance.
Well,
Did
yeah,
I
of course.
open all the appropriate tabs today? And the answer to that question
That
is
I
no. No, I
no.
did not.
No? Okay.
No, I did not.
40,
So, hi, internet. How's it
60,
going?
80,
Everybody's doing well. Why do I have Pinterest open
100,
on the computer?
120,
Does anybody know why I opened up Pinterest on my computer?
140,
I sure don't. That is counting.
150-ish. There we go.
I'm resisting the urge
I'm
to help. That's what I'm
I'm
doing.
attempting to cast on. Does anybody remember how to do the German twisted cast on?
I do the German twisted cast on all the time.
It's not the one my brain defaults to.
What is the one your brain defaults to?
The with the standard one.
There's a
Long tail.
standard one?
Yeah,
Long tail?
the long
Okay.
tail one. Yeah, with the one
What's
that's
the
pretty
standard
standard
one?
when you learn the English right-handed typically Western style. It's typically that,
Okay.
at least in North America.
My brain is like, they do? What? No? Okay,
My
there's
brain
a thing.
defaults to long tail, and it's very similar to the German twisted.
Which makes sense,
So
because it is very similar to the German twisted.
they get convoluted in my head.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh. Do you remember the name of the tank top?
Which one?
I sure don't. The one we bought like last month. I
No,
say we, guys, because she was with me.
I
No, I
don't
didn't think so.
remember. Anyway, hello to people in chat. We have Asa and Liz, and Asa says the long tail cast on is my go-to. It is mine as well, but this one specifically recommends a German twisted, and it's the ribbing at the bottom of the thing, and I should probably make it stretchy. And long tail is not awful, but German twisted is nicer.
Yes.
Got Melanie says, hey, just making tea and weighing cheese for homemade mac and cheese. Nice. I haven't had mac and cheese in ages.
I don't like mac and cheese for the most part. Oddly enough, someone who doesn't super enjoy consuming cheese also doesn't like mac and cheese. Who knew, guys? Who knew? That's how that
Who
worked.
knew indeed? Oh, I think I just remembered how to. No, I didn't. No, I definitely
Nope.
did not just remember how to
Okay.
German cast on. I got really excited there for a sec. I was so close. Raspberries in chat. Hi, I have an hour to my next meeting, so I'll join for a bit. Excellent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a weird time to be doing one of these, because
We're
I can
also
do it.
technically like a day early, but since the summer solstice is literally tomorrow morning,
It's,
it's fun.
yeah.
Let me move my microphone closer because I've got a lot of extra sounds going on today. Hopefully, we've not lost my sound.
Nope, your sound is still there. And I'm going to sit here
Excellent.
and struggle trying to remember how the. Okay, I remember how the thumb part works, but how's the index finger part work?
Oh my god. So, ooh, I've already started putting pumpkin patterns into my library. Of course I have. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
Jen's in chat. Hi, I'll join while I'm here at work, but I might be on mute for a bit. That is
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if people hop in, please, if you are listening or watching because you happen to be at work today and you need to mute us, mute us. It's fine. This is one of those, we have the opportunity to do a weekday in the middle of the day, which is pretty rare for us. We're just taking advantage of the opportunity to not be booked every Saturday this month.
Oh my god.
We had a Saturday off.
German twisted cast on. Oh god, okay. And Karen's in chat. Liz says I would not show up in the morning. That's fair. I mean, I wouldn't probably either.
9:38 a.m. Manitoba time. It is a holiday day for me, so quite frankly, I will be doing religious things and am not available. So, there.
That's fair.
Hence, a day early.
And Nikki's in chat
Which,
making tea.
not a big
Oh
deal.
my gosh, I made iced tea yesterday from some of the lemon balm in my yard. And I
Yeah, I'm with you.
absolutely forgot to pour myself a glass.
You literally left just before the live to return your empty
I
coffee cup and get water.
Yeah, just water, because it was there and convenient, but I forgot that I made iced tea yesterday. Well, that's just annoying.
You're winning today. Where in the world did I stick this tank top pattern? What I'm
Okay, I
doing,
had
guys, is
almost had it
looking up the
memorized.
tank top pattern so I can find it in my files because I can't find it in the files. But what I can do is just upload the image.
Haha,
Oh, I
there we
know
go.
what else I forgot to share.
What?
I forgot to push the buttons that let you share screens.
Right, I guess people
Whoopsies.
probably want to know what we're making, or more
Mhm.
specifically, they want to know what they're voting on for you to make. Because I already know what
Mhm.
I'm making and I'm casting on as we speak. I have a whole four
I know.
stitches.
Now
We're doing
Diana
great.
can also Diana can also share her screen. Hey, listen, your plan was to have me cast it on by now. That's not my
It
fault.
was. I was hoping to
Not
be
my
in the
fault.
ribbing so that I wouldn't have to think about it, but yeah.
Whatever. I opted to have a cold bath at 10:40 this morning. So my hair is up in the super classy double point needles arm because my hair elastics are in the bathroom. Which, guys, you don't know my personal space, but it goes computer, office wall, bathroom. It's literally next door. I don't. It's not even like I have a lot of hallway to get to. Still didn't do it. Still didn't do it.
Eh.
What else? What else? All
My
right, we're
parents
doing.
making vegan iced coffee? What?
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Vegan ice
And
cream,
not
cold
not
decaffeinated
hard to
syrup,
do.
living on the edge. That
It's
sounds
not
really
hard
good,
to do.
actually.
God, I can't. A week, guys. I got a week. I can go buy things for the month. It'll be good. It'll be good. It's glorious. I'm gonna buy the ingredients for the experimental Tuesdays that I'm posting for patrons later today, because I need to make more of those pies. I left them with mom. To be fair, mom paid for the stuff for the first round, so
That,
and
that seems reasonable.
I did run off with all the leftover mint.
Fair enough.
And I may have rolled up, chopped loosely, and put mint in food, and put mint in cold water, and I may have made mint tea. Like I may have gone a little mint happy this last week because I had fresh mint in the fridge. So it
Mm,
would have been like I had flavored water all week because just toss a couple of mint leaves in there. Oh, so
my
good.
peppermint plant isn't doing well enough for me to pick things off of it yet. It's got
Um,
largely buried in pine needles, I discovered.
that will not help it. That will not help
No, so I
it.
cleared those out. It's doing much better.
Excellent.
But, I still, by neglect, still managed to kill peppermint, which is like the weed of the herb world.
It's like how, how, how. It's really
The
a
the
hard
oregano that
plant
planted
to
itself in the
kill.
yard is doing great though.
Oh, jeez.
I actually dug
Guys,
some up and stuck it in a pot so I can have oregano in the off season.
guys, I don't know about this woman.
The
She must
yard
have a
lemon balm is
garden.
doing great too.
She must have a garden. But the only things that seem to do well are the stuff that just show up.
The only kind of garden I can have is one that somebody else has established, and I just pull weeds. And I'm not even very good at that.
Not how gardening works. That's not how gardening works.
Well, that's how my gardening works. That's all we got.
Okay.
I trimmed a bush that has been bothering me for the entire time we've lived in this house.
That's coming up on 2 years.
Uh, it's over 2 years actually. It's coming up on 3.
3 years. You're right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Keep
I finally
okay.
trimmed the bush. It's great. I got rid of like half the bush. Not even joking.
The funny thing is, you don't mean that in a dirty way, but that's where my brain went. Okay, let's talk about
No, no,
cast
I
on
really do
projects.
mean like outdoors shrub leafy thing.
I know you do. I know you do. I was listening to romance novels this morning and
Ah, I see.
history
Yes.
podcasts, so that's my brain is. in a decidedly different place right now.
Karen's also with you on the dirty mind.
And a
Not
14-year-old
talking
boy,
about that bush. God.
a 14-year-old teenage boy, I am aware of this, and I am comfortable with where I
Bunch
am
of
in my life.
teenagers around here.
Dirtiest minds on the planet, women over the age of 40.
Also true.
None of the jokes any of my male friends tell me are nearly as dirty as the one the 60 plus grandmothers tell me. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Now, will a
It's
lot of the
true.
men's jokes not be funny? Absolutely. But they're not as dirty. Not as dirty. Or sneaky dirty, because you're not expecting it, and then all of a sudden you're like, hello, how did we get here?
Oh, Asa's also with you. She's gone with 12-year-old boy.
Yep, that's close enough. Close
You talked
enough.
about trimming the bush. There's just one way to go. Should I talk about the hedge? The Japanese maple? Does that make it better?
Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Uh,
You're not that far behind us, so don't worry, you'll catch up. Guys, we're going to like a high of like mid 30s today here in Winnipeg without humidity. It's just gonna be that hot. Jocelyn is quite uncomfortably warm already, and it's noon and we're already 30.
I've already managed to get sunscreen in my eye. Wonderful. Okay.
Senior
Ow.
adulting, well. We've
I'm
got some
adulting
options.
fantastically.
Got some options for cast on.
Yes. What are you casting on maybe today? Well, definitely
So
you'll cast on something, but what are the
okay,
choices?
what are my choices? So the crocheted items are a paired unit because I want a top and bottom for pajamas. If I do that one, I would be using up 4 balls of Karen cotton cakes. So worsted. I'm not making. Why don't I ever get you to look at the names before we go live?
Um, because it's funnier this way?
It truly, truly is. I don't even know if this is the right way up for the name. Why? It gives me such decently, like, I can almost make it out big print, and then it gives me this super tiny, 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 tiny print. Can you read that?
Oh dear. It's not in focus.
Oh, that's helpful.
No, it's something and something,
Oh, good.
but it's
Okay,
too
so we'll
blurry to read.
try.
Sorry.
It's also stupid tiny. Let's move things around on my desk, which in no way, shape, or form causes my camera to short out. Because my camera connection is wobbly for whatever reason. And let's do the super professional version where I take a photo after convincing my camera to focus on it. Oh my word. You're just having a day today.
Chat's commenting on weather. Asa's got a high of 25.
Ugh,
Sounds
trade
nice.
you.
Knitting Purple has joined us in chat.
Hey. Oh, it's called Blush and Bloom.
Ah,
No, I'm not going to remember that. That's okay.
and Karen had 3 drops of rain today, so now it's hot and humid instead of just hot.
No, yeah, well, that's how that works.
Yeah, 3 drops of rain will do that.
So I got four big cakes of this Blush and Bloom, which is
Lovely.
not,
So that's like
it's not an
pinks and grays.
amazing for Jocelyn colors. So there's a lot of yellow in here, which doesn't do great next to my skin. But for a pair of pajamas, I don't care. It's pretty. It's going to be PJs. So it's going to be a tank top and crocheted capris. The pattern for the tank top is it's literally just a basic V-neck crochet tank top, and then the pants are called the velvet crochet pants. I have the one page up for a reason.
Might have to
That's
share
not.
your screen and show pictures.
No, I didn't do a picture of the tank top, which I should have done. I will add a
We want
picture.
to see the things. We want the vicarious crafting.
Well,
Karen
the
says pink
velvet
and green is a pretty
crochet,
combination.
it is a gorgeous combination. It's just for me, it's not super great against my skin tone. So like it's not a thing I would choose to craft and then wear outside for puttering around my own house in my pajamas, which is a thing that I do by myself. I don't care. I can just enjoy the colors. The pants are called velvet crochet pants pattern. Then it says get funky with an exclamation point. It's kind of hard to disagree with pants that say get funky. Do I have a photo
Can't,
on this
yeah, you really can't
blog?
argue with that.
It is hard to. Aha, that is not a great photo because that's a schematic photo. Guys, it's a pair of pants. Guys, it's a pair of crochet pants. It's a picture tutorial blog post by Knit Croatict. So KNITCROADDICT. Because reasons. And then the top I'd be pairing it with, well, I
My brain just went to Fiddler on the
madly.
Roof. Tradition.
That's fair.
Tradition.
That's where my brain went.
Tradition.
Which makes us like the same person sometimes.
This says pajamas are for comfort, not high styling.
It's true. They are for comfort and they are for personal use. So the public should not be seeing them. It's just how that works in my brain. Uh, the tank top I actually found on Ravelry, and it's the borderline tank. It's just a crochet V-neck tank top. That's it. There's nothing fancy about it. And now that I've uploaded photos, because I don't mind sharing the screen for Rav, I just hate doing it when it's like on the main Rav screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm want to sort of limit the jumpiness. So if you've got the photos, it's not too bad on a photo. They're pants, guys. They're just pants. Just there's nothing fancy about it. They're basic pants.
They look like fun pants.
They look like fun pants.
If they
I'm
work
gonna make them
out,
out
I
of
want to get.
cotton, not
I want to
velvet.
make. If they work out, I want to get some of the velvety microfibery stuff and make like winter pajama pants. Cause crocheted winter pajama pants.
Would be
Come
is
on.
totally a you thing. It's totally a you thing. But there's the tank.
Ooh, that's lovely.
It's a lovely tank top with a pair of pants, which I'm gonna shorten into capris because I've only got 4 balls, right? Like 4 balls of this worsted weight cotton. So we're gonna make the tank first, and then I would be making the pants. But that's option one because I knew it was a combo. For a long time I thought about doing like a crop top and pajama pants sort of situation, but I want to be able to lounge in the morning, and I'm more comfortable in a tank than I am in a crop top. Does that make sense?
That's fair. Yeah.
So that's option A. Option B, I'm going to switch my screens after I blow my nose. Everybody loves it when I'm on the air all the time and always blowing my nose because it's constantly fun for everybody. Is not that page. Is it that page? Oh my goodness, I can't do this and have my shared screen up because there's too much stuff going on. I can't see what's happening. Take that off. Oh God. People. Interneting is hard.
It is. What are the chances I
There
get
we
remotely the right
go.
number of stitches cast on? Well,
Well, what the
watch me get like 145 stitches and not have enough yarn.
super optimistic version? Or like the more realistic version? What kind of reply do you want to this?
Oh no, I know. Oh, Karen says, "Would you like us to help you count?" Not yet. I'm casting on a whole bunch and then I'm gonna count and put stitch markers. So I only have to count to 20.
That's good.
But I'm maybe halfway, so I'm just gonna keep going. But yes, everybody can help me count up to 154.
He double checked. She almost cast it on the wrong amount. Okay.
I
So
almost, yeah.
option two is using this. Cascade Heritage I just got. You guys would have literally just seen on a recent episode.
It's such a pretty blue. I like that
Ah,
blue.
it's gorgeous blue. The cat they don't have color names. They have numbers, guys. I know they have names on websites when you order them, but they have numbers in real life. And I'm thinking, well, I push buttons. God, I love the button pushing. Thinking
Push the buttons.
this,
Oh, that one.
yes, which is an incredibly loose gauge fingering weight cardigan. And it's like 16 stitches over 4 inches. Like it is
Oh,
super loose
that's looser
and
than this thing, the thing that I'm making.
breezy. Loose and breezy, but look at that drape. Look at that.
Also says I love that color. It would be a lovely sweater for me.
I'm sure it would, but it's a sweater for me.
Until one day you go visit Asa and the sweater doesn't come home.
You know, that is how my life works. It's tragic, but here we are. Uh, they use, I think, mohair. Can't remember. I don't want to close down the window. So it is a gorgeous, gorgeous stripy sweater, and with that loose of a gauge, I can absolutely wear it in the summertime. So I was like, okay, so that's a good summer cast on because I could wear that. So that's option two.
Also
That
says you're
one
such an e- sorry, my what egoist egoistic person.
egoistic person. I don't know what that means. My mom and me were Googling the meaning of names the other day because we had to figure out how my niece's middle name was spelled. Nobody remembers.
Don't have. I guess wouldn't necessarily have some idea with that on it.
Yes, I
Selfish.
just me. Oh, selfish? Yes, absolutely. I believe in knitting for myself. Literally got half a dozen projects on the needles that have nothing to do with me. Words. Oddly enough, grandma and aunt don't have the birth certificate or social insurance or health card, so no, we don't have access to that information.
Oh dear.
It's not a thing we should have access to. In my defense, I wasn't there for the naming process or the spelling on the forms. My mom filled out the forms, so I feel like if anyone should know.
You'd think, and yet.
And yet, yeah, my sister was very tired after having been in labor for 12 plus hours, so
Yeah.
mom did the forms for her. Which,
Yeah, I can imagine.
I would also be tired if I was in labor for that long. So super fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This cardigan is called the Gisela, so Gisela. It is super pretty. I actually found it by watching another podcast.
Which one?
I don't remember. What did podcasts I watched today? And I was like,
I
no,
don't know.
no, I
Sometimes
don't.
maybe you remember.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it depends on how long the suggestion was. In this case, I got this. I saw the podcast suggestion over a month ago, so I don't have a hope this settle last Tuesday of remembering who I was watching. It's just not. It's just not. And I know that about myself. Too much, guys. My life is entirely audio formatted, and I absolutely love it. And I also absolutely understand what that means. I cannot remember everything I've ever listened to. Just not that good. Just not that good. The third option is to use some of my new Like It in My Crack from Ancient Art Yarns to
I
make
mean, I'm
a
going to vote for
knitted.
this one just based on the name.
I think I went into the cart just based on the name for both of us.
I want it to become like shorts or something.
So, jeez. Of course you do. I'm thinking this tank top, which is a pattern I already own.
I'm sorry, I'm also an immature child.
Yep, yep. Just we got there on our own, just in different ways. So that's I got down to these three, and that's those are the three I can't decide between. So it's like a knitted tank top, a knitted cardigan, or crocheted pajama set. I
Okay.
can't decide. I can't decide. It's just a really clean classic tank top. I want to make it because if it works well, I love tank tops. And knitted fabric breathes so well. Like wool breathes so well. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous how good wool breathes.
Yeah.
It would make an excellent summer top. Make an excellent summer top. So I'm like, so it's sort of experimental. Will I like cotton crochet pajamas? I don't know. We're gonna try. Will I like the super breezy cardigan? Yeah, yeah, we know I'm gonna enjoy that. Will I like the tank top? I don't know. I don't know, but I want to try. I want to try, and if I like it, then I want to make a whole bunch because I have obscene amounts of time apparently to do all of this with.
So real quick, the overview of the options was number one, cotton
Number
pajama
one
set.
is fun pajama set. Number two is super drapey cardigan. Number three is classic V-neck tank top.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Also votes
sneeze.
for the cardigan. Liz votes for number three, which
At
is
the tank top.
the tank top.
I have a fan blowing right in my face because I want to stay cool, but it's making me sneeze. Pick your poison.
Melanie also votes for tank top, and so does Nikki, because you don't have one and want to try it.
I really don't. I really don't have a tank top. I have never knitted a tank top. Have I sewn
Karen
tank
also
tops?
says tank top. It sounds like people are going tank top.
Tank top? Might be doing
Sorry,
tank top
Asa.
first. Don't get me wrong. The cardigan will happen. I do want it. I just don't
It's
know
just a
when I'm
matter
going
of
to make it.
when.
I am knee deep in cardigans at the moment.
I'm gonna have to start counting my stitches
Oh my
soon.
god.
I should probably
My
count them
mom
now, honestly.
came to my rescue yesterday. So there's a building going up across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Super fine. I am a daughter of a construction person. My houses are only ever completed as I was growing up as a child, just before we sold them. Always bought, always did huge renovations, sold the house, moved. That's what I've done my whole life. That's how I have 30 plus houses or something under my belt. Like something ridiculous. That's why I love apartments. They don't change. And they're finished when you get them. There's no construction. Done. So I'm getting construction smells from across the street, which my brain says tar, so it's probably what they're doing. And my window with my air conditioning unit faces that. So I'm getting a light tar smell from the AC unit.
Delightful. Oh,
There are
Raspberry also votes
also,
tank top.
I think we got a winner. I think it's the tank top. Um, so that's fine. And they've been repainting the suites that are up for rent, right? Because you get people who come and go. It's apartments. People come and go all the time. So there's a paint smell in the building. There's just tar smell coming from outside the building. And I had a headache yesterday. Like I didn't finish video editing. That's how bad the headache was. So I
Oof.
called my mom at like 4 and said, "Hey, you got like $40? Like, I I need a break and I can't leave because it's 30 plus degrees. I don't want to turn the air conditioning off and leave Phaedra in a on air conditioned apartment. So like I'm stuck here. It doesn't bother cats near as bad as it's bothering me." I was like, yeah, why? I'm like, I want Newburger and I want a painkiller. That's what I want. I want Newburger, I want a Tylenol. That's what my mummy helped me get. And it was delightful. And I was miserable most of yesterday because of it. Thankfully,
Ugh.
the paint smell's gone. Like it disperses once it's dry, right? So you just had to wait for the drying period. So that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm accustomed to the tar smell. I just didn't like both at the same time. My brain didn't like both at the same
That's a
time.
lot.
So thank
Either one is a lot,
heavens.
but both. Woof.
Both was just like Phaedra just
Oh,
walked around, she'd smell the air conditioning unit and make a face and keep going, right? She was like, ugh. Did it stop her from sleeping in front of the AC unit all day? No, no, it did not. Did it stop me from living in front of the AC unit all day? No, no, it did not. But it also meant I didn't want to turn on my oven to make burger and fries because I didn't want to turn on my oven. It was over 30 degrees.
well, yeah, no. Uh-uh.
No. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. No.
Jen also
So,
votes cardigan.
okay.
Nancy votes crochet set.
Oh, we have a vote for the crochet. Yay! Poor crochet.
And Asa says, I just think you will get more use out of the cardigan.
Which is fair. Is fair. I need to start making some staple t-shirts and tank tops and stuff because my commercial stuff's starting to die. And I've successfully not purchased clothes for a decade almost. I'm trying to think of the
Okay.
last time I bought clothes. I'm not counting undergarments because those are foundational, and I don't. While I could sew them, I don't necessarily want to. I'm not counting things with high levels of Spanx in them or stretchy stuff because stretchy stuff is fine. Like knit stuff is fine. Heavy duty super legging knit stuff is a pain in the keister to sew.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to buy finished garments, never have to do that myself. But I don't think I have. I can't remember the last time I have it. I bought something that wasn't a basic garment layer, so super stretchy like leggings or super stretchy t-shirt to go under things, or a foundation garment. Like I can't remember the last time I bought a cardigan or a sweater or a dress or a pair of pants or a
Yeah, I don't
well
know.
before the pandemic.
Melanie
I've
says, I
been
tend
I've been
to
wearing through my
go to
wardrobe and giving it away.
I tend to go to thrift shops and consignment stores rather than shop for clothes at a retail shop. Meh.
I am over almost 6 feet tall. As a female that makes thrift stores incredibly hit miss. Uh,
Probably more miss.
More miss than hit, a lot of miss. I like to go to thrift stores and consignment stores to buy fabric to make things because you get delightful, fun stuff you can recycle, but not for clothes. Not unless I want to wear men's clothes, and I don't. I don't. I
But they
want to wear
get real
girl clothes.
pockets.
I don't care. I can put pockets into things. It's fine. Well, yeah, like making my own skirts. It's the tops I've been putting off, and I need to stop putting off making tops. I need to just make some tank tops and stuff. I gotta get that linen back from my sister so I can make some linen tank tops and things as undergarments so that I can start wearing my corset mock to see it, make sure that it's what I want it to be. But so far, I've been able to stick to the make it by yourself rule, which is hello, Phaedra, which is good.
I had
She did that whole
141
thing where
stitches
she
casted on. I think
throws
I'm gonna make
herself
it.
at
I
the
think I have enough
chairlift.
tail. I have enough tail, you guys. I'm gonna make it to 154.
Okay. You
I'm
don't
gonna
have two
make it.
bolts of yarn for that?
No,
Okay.
no, I do the thing where you wrap it around the needle, like 20 times, and then like roughly measure.
Sure. Most of my projects are more than one ball. I just
Well, because this is the two color one, so I only have the one ball of the one color. I
okay.
suppose I could dig out the center end, but I don't really want to.
Okay. That's what I would do. I don't mind the extra end, and I love never having to cast on twice because my tail wasn't long enough. Reverse sense of joy and things. All right. So I'm gonna do some lichen in my crack tank top. Okay. Good to know. Now I can start doing stuff. Major, can you go put this away for me?
Suppose I should talk about the thing
No?
that I'm
Okay.
casting on.
Yes, we're done learning about what I'm casting on. It's time to learn about what you're casting on. I get to wind some yarn, some ancient arts yarn. Oh, I love ancient arts yarn. What are you doing, Pumpkin? This will clash so badly with my seriously annoying grape straw, and I'm not sure I care. Not sure I care. I
Alright,
might
so
be
I've been
both at
putting
the
off
same
casting
time.
on this thing since like last fall, I think I discovered this pattern.
No, you
And
have
I
to eat
have.
your wet food. I know it's a tragedy. It's tuna chunks and gravy. You'll be fine.
Oh, that actually sounds kind of okay.
It's good. She likes her dry food a lot, like a lot, and it's not dry food time. I'm sorry, I interrupted you by talking to my cat.
That was fine. I don't remember what I was saying. I was saying something about patterns. Oh, yes, I have been wanting to cast this on since like last fall. Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
pretty.
And I very
Not
nearly
good.
cast this on for uh, our spring equinox thing,
It's true, you did.
but I have been very good about waiting to cast on the summer secret crop, which is a free pattern. Let me pull up the pictures.
Yes,
And
I
that,
clicked the button that says you can share screen. At least I think it
whoops.
is.
Can I share
I
just a
did it at a
window?
distance.
Yes.
I did it at a distance. Oh yeah, guys, she's got more screens going on than I do.
Okay. So it is this. It is a basic little halter top. Nope, that's not what you're seeing. Hang on.
That's what I'm seeing.
That's what you're
Well, I'm
seeing,
seeing.
but I'm sharing for the stream. I'm sharing just a screen, and that's not what everybody else is seeing. They were seeing my Zoom, and yeah. Okay, I fixed it.
They're seeing me.
Okay.
I know what it is because I remember this debate just before the spring craft along started.
So I'm making this thing. It's the Summer Secret Crop by Jessie Made. It's a free pattern. And I'm gonna do, I think, a stripy well, not I think, I know I am doing a stripy version, kind of like this.
You did post your swatch.
I did. So we're doing the yellow and the green. I'm trying to find a more. Anyway, so it'd be something like this, and it'll be all yellow and green.
I'm so excited.
I just have to decide how wide I want my stripes.
Did we decide on 6 rows?
I think so. But also, do I just want my stripes to be as wide as whatever the ribbing is at the bottom and just keep that all the way up?
Oh, I think you have to do the ribbing at the bottom and then make that call.
I think so. Alright, lots of solid
Not
colored
a
ones.
part of our discussion.
Oops. Stop sharing. Put us back. Thank you. Also says that's a colorful head. Yes, that's, yeah, Be interesting knitting a head.
It would be.
Yeah, so I've got, I think, I might actually have enough
Nope.
stitches. Oh, hello, we switched.
Don't mind me. I'm going to switch this back because I pushed the wrong button, which I do from time to time. Because I can't read what it says.
40, 42,
It occurred to me I'm done
44,
sharing my
46,
screen so I can
48,
full
50,
screen us, which
52.
means that I have a hope of seeing what you're doing.
Okay, hang on. I have literally 2 more stitches.
Okay. 4,
And then I'm done this cast on.
1,
Okay, hang on. That's
679.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54.
There you
Ha!
go.
Without
That's
a
what you
ridiculous
needed.
leftover tail.
Oh, good.
Ha ha! Oh, join for working in the round, making sure not to twist stitches, and place a marker for beginning of round. This
Step
also
1.
marks the left side of the top.
I need a gaugy swatch.
Okay, so I've got 154 stitches cast on in the Borg colorway from Fireweed Fiber Co. So
Excellent.
this lovely green and black is very Borgy.
It is very borgy. I'm making the Nightshade Society sweater out of that.
I love this color so much.
So good. It's staring at me off screen. I need to work on it this week.
And then it's getting striped with the canary. Hang on, I have the ball band. No, goldfinch. American goldfinch. Which is all white with a little bit of black and orange speckle. Yeah, it's from...
I have a skate of that.
2021?
It
yes.
It
it's
is
July,
distressingly cheerful, and I love it.
It's so cheerful. And
I know
I was not sure what I was going to do with this, because...
June's colorway for this year. I'm very excited by it. It's so pretty.
It's probably not the best color for my skin tone, but I figure if I stripe it with this lighter color that does work with my skin tone, it'll be okay.
You'll
Which
be
is not a
fine.
color combination I ever would have picked, so thanks to our
You're also
Patreons for picking my color combination.
it won't be that close to your face. The tank top doesn't go that high.
That's also true.
there, will, there will be some space. There'll be
This is,
collarbones and
yes.
stuff.
Gasp! Oh no, a collarbone. I'll
Hey,
live.
you're the one who's got to wear it, not me. So
So I
we got on the
tested
Zoom
out.
call and I went, wait a minute, I forgot to put on a bra. Hang on, I gotta do that.
This is my gaugy swatch,
Your Gigi swatch.
and I
Listen,
think I'll
it's
go with the.
hard to get dressed with 16 feet of wet hair.
Yes, can confirm. I don't remember what I was saying. Yep, gauge
You
swatch.
did your
I don't
gauge
know.
swatch,
Yep.
and you
With
varied your stripes because you're not sure, but now you're gonna do your base ribbing in the bottom and see how wide that is.
yep.
Did I miss anything?
Oh, note on gauge. So I blocked this like not at all. I just like washed it and laid it out square,
Yeah,
and I have 16 stitches.
good.
Uh, no, not 16. Wait. I was one stitch off in a way that I had to block it larger. I had 18 stitches. There we go. I'm going for
Okay.
17 stitches across 4 inches, and I have 18 stitches across 4 inches. So if I block it just the tiniest little bit, we'll be good.
Well, if you placed and you need a touch of a block, you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm winding. Step 1, wind ball of yarn. Step 2, gauge swatch. Step 3, decide if I like the fabric of the gauge swatch.
So that's what I'm working on today. What does chat say? What is chat working on? What's everybody casting on today? I
Oh,
think he's
yeah.
casting on the Anchors Summer Tea. Ankers Summer
Ooh,
Tea.
gonna have to go look that up. ANK?
ANK.
ANK. We'll be on
Also
full
says,
screen.
loved the short story today. That blue color your hair got into would be nice. And I like the bottom green stripe for the width of the stripes. Yes. I definitely think the wider stripes, because then you can actually see what the yarn's doing, as opposed to it all getting kind of muddled together. Which means I now need to join in the round.
Anchor summer tea?
Yes. Also says I'm casting
Hey,
on
look,
this or that,
one
or both.
option.
Finish winding yarn. Hang on. Top 150 is 100. Is 70-ish. 20, 40, 60, 80. So, okay, somewhere in here-ish. Gotta magic loop this,
Oh, that's cute.
I think. Do I have to magic loop this? That's actually going to be mildly annoying if I have to magic loop this. But I do. Interesting. Is this cord... Hold up. Is this cord longer
The
than the
one?
one that I've got the stego sweater on?
Is it your longer knit pig cord you've been looking for?
I'm going to feel very foolish if it is in fact longer.
Going to laugh my butt off if it is.
Wait. God, it totally is. It totally
Oh
is.
my god, Diana!
Well, because when I just picked it up, I thought it was the same size, because it's not, like, hugely bigger, but it is a couple inches bigger. And so when I picked it up and it didn't have it next to the stego sweater to compare, it looked like it was the same size, and so I didn't think about it.
I give up. I give up.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I give up.
Mm-hmm.
Lady,
Yep.
I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Ooh, a lot of people have made this shirt.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'm just gonna put that over there, and I will think about what to do about that later.
You desperately need to put your stego sweater on a longer cord.
I know.
Stop that. I don't want to do that. Como top.
It's the Uncker's summer shirt by Petite Knit.
Yeah, it popped right up.
Excellent. Jen's casting on the summer Stardew Valley socks.
Yeah, well, the cal for that one starts today or tomorrow, doesn't it?
I don't keep track of these things.
I'm not shocked by this. I want to. I'm just afraid
Keep track of
that if I
things like I'm
start
like organized or something.
more socks, the ones I'm working on will get put aside, and I would really like to get them finished. And I don't know if I need necessarily get one more thing that requires me to be looking at charts all the time. I was looking at my projects today. So many of my projects are at chart stage.
Bleh.
I'm like, yeah, you're not allowed to start more patterns. You can start some nice basic plain patterns. They don't require you to look at a chart every row or every other row. But you certainly aren't starting any more charted things until you get through a chart.
Okay.
Once you threw a chart, it's fine. See, this is a super cute. I wouldn't call a DK weight shirt a summer shirt by any stretch of the
Depends on
imagination.
where you are, I guess.
Maybe if I still lived up north and the highs were 15 degrees Celsius, maybe I could
Just
see
doesn't
that
seem like a very
being.
summery high.
That's a heat wave. When I was a child up north, we wore shorts and suntanned on the deck.
Oh, I believe it.
But I do like it. Like it's a cute shirt. I'd want a different neckline, but that's just me. I'm on the hunt for some basic DK weight, like V-neck things, because we have all of this tweed in our lives.
Thinking very
And the
hard. Do not twist. Do not
Buffy
twist.
tweed will just fade so beautifully that I want to do a Buffy top, a DK weight Buffy top.
Doing.
But I super duper don't want to have a crew neck collar. So I find them not super comfortable to wear. They're fine in the short term. They're not my favorite long term things to wear. So there's that. But definitely want. Why do I have 70 billion tabs open? It's just unnecessary.
Who knows? Okay, one by one rib for approximately 7 rounds, which means I think I do it approximately 6 rounds, and then I have nice even numbers of stripes.
Yeah, that would work. Um, so I need to keep an eye out for some V-neck DK weight shirts that I could wear in the fall and winter when this incredibly overly warm human being wants to wear things in that weight range. But I'm very excited about the tank top because we're gonna finally find out because it just wool breathes so much.
I'm very excited for this tank top.
I
It's
I
practically
think it will
lacy.
go
I'm
well.
excited. It's gonna be
I
nice.
think it'll go well.
Okay, I can
Am I
read
gonna still
chat
make the
again.
pajama pants? Absolutely. Am I still absolutely gonna make the card? You betcha. I just didn't know what I wanted to start with. You know? Well,
That's
maybe
totally
I
fair.
should.
Chat is full of opinions.
I love the chat's full of opinions. I'm here for chat's opinions. I like opinions. They help make decisions. Like my capelet colors, they were chosen by chat. Not this chat, but they were chosen by a chat. And you would have never paired the colors together that you have, and they look glorious. So
They do, and they're very
there's
summery, and I'm very excited
that.
about this.
There's that. It is not a color combination I've ever heard of before, so also be very personalized and individually. No good, she's given up on life. Just
Liz is finishing a sock before her next project.
good. I got a cast on my second sock. You guys will find out tomorrow. The podcast goes up tomorrow. I have to finish editing today.
Melanie is
And,
still on the spring craft along, about 3/4 finished, thinking I'm going to make the campfire cardigan. You've made one of those, right?
yes, I did.
Sounds familiar.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Do I wear it? Not all that often because it's a fairly hefty cardigan.
Nikki cast on the spring sorrel a few days ago, but why not cast on another tee, lol?
I mean,
Why
we're
not?
not going to tell you no.
No, if you're looking for restraint, this is not the place.
Oh, I have deer sausage in the fridge and coleslaw.
Why aren't you
No
eating that right now? That sounds
potatoes.
delicious.
Because I'm live on the internet.
Well, I suppose that's a good reason, I guess.
I will have some afterwards. Because that sounds like an amazing, tasty late lunch to me. What I really want is ice cream. Because it's hot outside.
Yeah. I had so much ice cream when I was there that week.
Oh my
It was
god, we ate
hot.
so much ice cream. It's hot. It was totally worth it.
Got ice cream twice with you and once with my family. And
Yep, yep. When it's over 30 degrees, it's really the thing to do.
dangerous thing that I
Everything.
have learned.
Okay.
There's a place that's literally a 5-minute walk from here that's doing half-price milkshakes all summer.
Well, and you were
$3
making fun of
milkshakes.
me. You were making fun of me for not eating deer sausage and coleslaw right now. Why in the world didn't you go get a milkshake?
Because I had a milkshake literally like 2 days ago.
I'm sorry. Is there a limit on how many milkshakes you can have in
Well,
a
we
week?
also still have
Like a
some of
cap?
Mr. Diana's birthday cake in the fridge, and there's just a limit to how much sugar I can consume in a day and not feel disgusting.
It sounds like a weakness to me.
I am not a professional sugar consumer. I am very much a novice sugar consumer.
I just need more training, that's all.
There's a lot of sugar in that cake.
Yes, there'd be a lot of sugar in an ice cream cake.
Well, it's not even an ice cream cake. This we went and got one from the bakery that does the fancy cakes.
My God, that all like twice as much sugar as anything you would have been able to make at home.
Yeah, it was a lot of sugar.
Crazy lady.
Um, Deborah is crocheting a t-shirt in 4-ply.
Ooh. Does it have a pattern name? That
I don't know.
sounds like
She didn't mention a
good
pattern name, but there's
times.
a t-shirt happening. Um,
I love my crochet garments. Love my crochet garments so freaking much. I was looking at so I did this thing where you're on social media for so long that at some point you have to just delete old things.
mm-hmm.
Just because you've changed. I have had a Pinterest account for so long that I had
Uh-huh.
an obscene number of boards. Obscene number of boards. I
Oh dear.
deleted them all. I deleted all of them. It took me 10 minutes just sitting there and deleting each board one by one. Cleared it out entirely, and I'm starting from scratch. Why? Because I'm not the person I was over a decade ago when I started my Pinterest account. I'm a different person. I like different things. I'm interested in different stuff, so we need to freshen up that algorithm a little. So now I have two boards. I made two boards last night. And one is handmade clothes inspiration photos. So things that make me go, that'd be pretty. That would look good. And crochet patterns. That's as far as I've gotten. Will it end up
I almost
branching
had
out into food and knitting and lifestyles and inappropriate joke? Me, absolutely. It's absolutely going to. I'm not there yet.
Almost had interchangeable needle failure there. It was
Did
close.
you not tighten it up enough?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Thought I did, but apparently not. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You
It's
don't
fine.
like rolling with it like Louise does? Just occasionally her needle just goes and she has to go get it.
God. I cast on really tight. Holy. It was, that was a little bit much.
Are you stressed?
I mean, trying to cast on the internet. It's a very stressful endeavor.
Well, I'm doing the super dull wind the yarn work. Which I'll note, if I was doing the crochet project, I wouldn't have to do. I could be casting on my Gija swatch already. That's okay.
The crochet tee has no pattern, just crocheting two squares and sewing them together.
It's
I
my
like
kind of
it.
tea.
Yeah, nice and simple. Kind of want to make something like that.
Oh, I've been looking at this spring mesh sweater.
Yeah.
I just want to pick it up. I just want to pick it up and work on it because it's just two rectangles. And my brain is so full of design stuff, which is very complicated. Like, wouldn't that just be nice and relaxing? No thinking. Just a 2-row repeat rectangle. Just make a 2-row repeat rectangle. You can do it.
I was on TikTok the other day and I noted there. I discovered that they have one of those like randomized filters that it'll be like what it's picks a crochet stitch, and I'm like, wouldn't that be a fun project to make something smallish and just every row let the filter choose what stitch you're gonna do.
I'd say every 2 rows. So the
Maybe every
stitch
two
shows
rows.
up.
Yeah. So I've got
Ooh,
that
hydrate.
percolating in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
That
I'm
would be.
contemplating frozen lemonade pies.
Sorry, what's a frozen lemonade pie?
It's the experimental Tuesday today.
Ah. Oh
And how
yeah.
I
Okay.
need to go buy the ingredients to make more of those. Because, oh my god, Tuesday. It's so glorious today. I need to make bread tonight when it cools down.
Falling down on reading chat. Ba,
But
ba, ba.
getting into what you're doing, I guess.
Sorry, I'm skimming for what was a conversation between people and what was for us.
Yeah, the
Jen was
people are chatting
saying,
amongst themselves.
yeah. Well, Jen's saying that she wanted to. I have a couple sweaters on the go that I want finished, and then Nikki
Yeah.
said Hoki has her DK Boxy uh,
See,
called
boxies are
Understated.
shapeless.
Could easily be made into a fade.
Shapeless.
Yeah.
Shapeless.
Well,
I
they're
don't
box
look
shaped.
good in shapeless, super oversized things. They don't look good on me. Now, I've thought about doing the lacy boxy because I tried on Jen's, which was absolutely nowhere near the size for me. So it was quite fitted and it looked fine. But really, no. I'm also doing the whole no top 10 designers this year, unless I
Mm.
already own their pattern, and I don't actually own that pattern. Nor do I think I'd actually pay for a boxy pattern more than once. Like I'd buy it once and then it's just math. It's the same thing on different weights. So I don't think I'd do it.
Come on. Yarn, get up the thing. There we go. 12-year-old boy brain striking again as I'm talking about something about get
Oh,
on the shaft.
oh jeez.
Yeah, yeah. Just trying to scooch my needles up on, or my stitches up onto the needle, onto the shaft of the needle, if you will.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's what she said. That's what
I'm
he
gonna
said.
have to go back to my historical podcast after this just to raise my intelligence level. Oops.
Sorry. It's warm. My brain is melting.
That's fair. I'm still winding this one ball of fingering weight yarn.
I still haven't
So
managed
long.
to get all the way around this cast on row.
Cast on road rows are tight.
Liz was
Almost done.
saying that the campfire cardigan is in my favorite list. I think it's in my favorite list too.
I think it's
I
in a
think it's in
lot of
my
people's
queue,
favorite
to be
list.
honest.
I think good pattern.
Nikki says, my new design is moving fast and thus I'm ahead in my work knitting, so I think I have the time for another active project. Just don't ask me about my inactive projects. Right?
I have several of those. Not as many as I used to, but I have several of those. But I've been pretty ruthless with the ripping the last couple of years. The
And
only
back
thing
to the.
I'm letting being multi-year projects are blankets. Otherwise, I have to have shown some work on it, or I'm not allowed to keep it. Guys, I think my cat has abandoned me for the air conditioning unit.
Whoa. You are ungrounded finally.
Oh, cat. She's been home for almost 7 days, so she came home Thursday,
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday. She came home Thursday, so it's about right. Okay,
For
let's
the
go
Hohi
open the
pattern,
pattern.
Nikki says, I own the book from a few years ago.
That's fine. I've never been into the boxy thing. I don't. It's fine. They look okay, but it's not one of those ones where I'm just like, yeah, that needs to happen. Not for me.
Okay, I'm almost caught up on chat. Oh, Roz has to
And
go
I'm
off to a meeting.
definitely getting to the part where it's I want less and less to do with the big name designers, and I want to do more with the smaller designers.
There's so many
That's
fun
it.
small designers.
Can't have my hair up any longer. My brains are being scraped out by my hair follicles.
I've been stumbling across a lot of, not a lot, but more than usual, queer designers in the last 6 months or so. And it's delightful, and their stuff is
Nobody
weird, and
talks
I
about it.
love it. It's like perfect.
Nobody talks about it. So I'm not 100% sold, but I'm fairly certain that I'm just probably not going to be purchasing top 10 designers anymore.
That's fine.
I won't say it's a hardcore will never happen, but I'm going to have to really want the pattern and not because it's the big thing right now. Speaking of the cam cardi, here's the pattern right here.
Jude has entered the chat. Late to the party, was needed to taxi. We'll grab cast on later. Glad you could join us.
Absolutely.
I also had to taxi this morning. Promised Mr. Diana a ride to work because it was toasty. And he had to go
Okay.
fix the robots.
Were the robots in trouble?
Sometimes. Normally he can just work from home, but, you know, he does robots, so sometimes he actually has to go into the office and work on the robot.
Actually working in the same physical space as said robot is a thing.
Yeah, mostly when the driving tests are occurring. Because,
Yeah,
like,
well, that would make sense.
90% of what he does is just writing the code for it, and you can, like, simulate test it. But for that last 10%, you have to be there physically. Like, you can teleop the robot, that's the whole thing. That's the whole point of the robot, is it's a teleop robot. But when you're testing it, you have to be there because it's a safety thing to have a robot that might bug out. And you have
Yeah,
to be there to press the e-stop.
there's a difference between the product the customer is getting and the testing phase. During the testing phase, you need to be there.
Yeah. So that's what he's doing today. Which means I get to do this with my door open, which I don't normally get to, so there's actually a breeze in here and it's so nice. It's much less hot than it normally is when we do this.
Well, he just needs to learn to project less.
Oh no.
Do I want to know?
I was so sure that I had the right number of stitches, but I've done my knit one, purl one all the way around, and I ended on a knit, and I should have ended on a purl, which means I mucked it up somewhere
By one stitch.
by one
Just add a
stitch.
stitch. Just add a stitch.
I'll knit around and find out where it was and fix it there.
I forgot the name of the pattern I'm looking
Where did I screw it
at.
up? How early on did I screw it up? I don't know. We'll find
Did
out.
you? Or were you literally just one stitch off?
Well, because I counted twice, so I'm quite certain I had the right number of stitches when I started. So it just means that I knit or purled twice when I should not have.
I need to clean up some stuff in here. Aha! That can't be that hard to find. It starts with C. Stuff's alphabetical. It's not difficult. Sure is when you're looking in C and you have clue one repeated like 17 times because you've joined different MCALs.
I rubbed my eyes and I got just like the tiniest hint of sunscreen in my eyes, and they're just very slightly watering, and it's just very annoying.
I'm with you. I understand.
It's just a little bit.
Pickle. All right. I love the photos. Give me the instructions.
Asa says I
Thanks
need
for
to rip
choosing the
it. No,
pickles pattern.
that's not happening. I don't care
I
that
feel like
much.
she does. For one stitch, if you didn't make a
Absolutely
mistake,
not.
you're one stitch off. Just add a stitch.
Karen says I doubled my number of whips since April, so what is one more?
Well, if we're sitting at that point, yeah, no, you're fine.
What's one more? Asa's got 4. Blanket, mittens, design in 2 sizes, and cardigan. And Nikki's pattern book has a bunch of patterns I like, and I'm working my way through it. It has Vera Valimaki, I hope I said that right, in it also. So many I think I want to make in the book still. Sounds like a really solid book.
I've got a couple of books that I've never made stuff out of that I like. I just
I have
never made
many books
anything.
I've never made stuff out of.
I have one of your books
fun
you've
to
never
flip through,
made
though.
stuff out of.
Asa's trying not to buy patterns until I actually cast on. Yeah. I have enough patterns that I could never buy another pattern for so long as I live, and probably never re-knit the same thing twice.
It's true. I'm getting to that point too, and I don't really feel that bad about it. I like having options. I hate not having options. I hate not having options.
I feel like the problem's worse with digital patterns, because they don't take up any physical space, so you don't realize how many you have.
Yes, it's so nice to not be stuck with what you've got. You can like pick something else. Because again, your styles and tastes change. They
It's
don't
true.
stay the same. Nor should you expect them to.
And Jude's trying to work through the pile of everything that I have the pattern and yarn for, still want but haven't cast on yet. I understand that.
Yeah.
That's been my mission the last couple of years. I think I finally succeeded. No, that's a lie. I have a bin that has some kits in it that I need to analyze. But whether I still want them.
You know, that's fair. Kits are
I still
tricky.
need to do that part 2 of the stash organization, because there's that whole closet bit. And then there's all my pattern
Have you not
books.
done that yet?
No, I haven't done the part 2 where I do the closet. I haven't done the part where I reorganize all of my notions and stitch markers.
Okay.
And I haven't done anything about flipping through the box of vintage patterns that I have somewhere in my closet. I know it's in my closet, but I think it wound up on the bottom of a stack. There's a lot more content in my closet.
There's a lot of content in your closet from that list.
Yeah. So I just need to do that. I guess I've got all the time now. It's more a matter of pick a time when it's not going to be stupendously hot in this room.
I just had a thought and I need Diana to check her phone.
What? Okay. A thought.
Because I know you're on silent right now for things.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
Just a thing that I would love to make fun of you on the internet about, but that seems mean.
No, you can make fun of me for that. That's fine.
Okay, well,
I'll fix that.
I'm gonna do my Gagey switch now.
Are you saying you would like the English version of that pattern?
I think that's probably for the best, yes. Listen, there's things you notice, and every once in a while when you do things, you occasionally notice you downloaded the non-English version of a pattern. And your brain goes, right. That's not accurate. But I need 20 stitches on 28 rows on 4 inches in stockinette, which for me is like a 4mm needle. I don't have any free 4mm needles. I think I actually have to go put a project on hold, which means using one of my spare sub needles. Step 1. Do I have free 4mm needles?
Oh, here we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Pull out the handy dandy knitting needle gauge that Asa gave me. Take a photo of it so I can tell where the 4mm is. I've been playing around with this new magnified app.
Download. Okay, there's one version of this, so...
But I don't understand what buttons I've pushed. And now it just is weird. And I don't like it. No, I don't want the settings. It's free. And if I could ever figure out what it is that I did to make it so dumb.
I don't know. I have re-downloaded the PDF. There is only one option, so I don't know.
Oh, it says both, but I just really need the numbers. They do have access to an ASA. I ran across something that Google Translate can't handle. That's the 4mm needle size. Most patterns are mostly numbers.
This is true.
I just looked at the abbreviations. As long as I know what the abbreviations are doing, it should be fine.
Liz was saying, I get patterns that I like, not on popularity. I need what I will wear, or I end up with patterns I will never use. Yeah, I definitely have some of those.
I have patterns from some very big name designers. And I'm like, why did I buy this? I'm never going to make it. Never going to make it. Ooh, hey, I do have a 4mm needle.
Also says you have a closet of yarn and patterns. Just throw some needles in there and hope for some magic. I keep my needles in there, actually. There's all sorts of magic in that closet. There's cosplay costumes in there as well. And vintage video games as well. It's, and some Warhammer. There's a lot of stuff in that closet.
Jeez.
I think when I stream that one, I'm just going to have to set up the tripod roughly where I'm sitting right now and point it at the closet, because it's going to be something. And you can all admire the bifold door that is covered in disco ball mirror tiles.
Absolutely. It's a bifold door that's covered in those? I didn't know it was a bifold door.
Yeah, it's one of those bifold closet doors.
My God.
And it's covered in the mirror tiles like the wall behind me.
I know it was covered in mirror tiles because you're like, oh, the closet door is covered in mirror tiles. Did not know it was a bifold door.
No, it's not like it's like a normal door that has like a full-length mirror on it, or like something normal, or like even like in the River apartment where it was like a full-length mirror on a sliding door. No, it is a bifold door that somebody stuck sheets of
No,
little rectangular
so
mirror tiles. Yeah.
I'm so happy with this house you people have rented. Oh my god.
Oh god.
It's so good. Oh Lord, I should not be getting this much amusement from this. Uh,
It's a
oh,
pretty
I love.
amusing house. I forget how weird it is because I'm in here all the time and I forget how weird it is that,
And then
most people
every
don't
once in a
have
while it smacks you in the face.
metallic silver floral wallpaper, disco ball mirror tiles on
No,
absolutely everything,
no,
and
we
a spinning
don't.
wheel in the background. Like, that's not a normal thing that people have.
It's
But
not.
that's my everyday. I spend
It's
hours in
not.
this room every day.
It is not normal, my dear. I love you. Not normal. All
No,
right.
I'm aware. I just forget because I see it all the time, and you get used to it. It's not normal to
That
have a
actually
medieval
look.
pub in your basement, but I have that too.
It's not. Yeah, once I get the linen chemises, well, tank tops, made, my mock corset is done and fitted properly, then I can wear it around for a couple of weeks and see if it is what I like. So we are closing in on a finished corset.
Nice. I need to break in more of my corsets. It's just been warm and I don't want to. They're not really. They're most of the ones I got are pretty costumey and not intended for like all day comfort. One of them is, and it is actually quite nice, and it's like mesh and surprisingly cool. But most of them
I'm
are
like,
like
I think I
steampunk.
spent more on my busk than some of your corsets.
Yeah, I caught a crazy sale on the corset store.
Which makes sense if you're wearing them for fun and it's not as a foundational garment, then they don't need to do the same job. They're not doing the same job.
No, I have. Woo! Don't do that. Oh no.
Gauge
Oh, that
swatch.
means. Oh no, I threw a thing on the floor. That's not good. Oh, there it is. Okay.
That's right, people. I'm doing a gauge swatch.
Karen says normal people are so boring. I agree. More exciting people in the world, or more people who are not afraid to be interesting.
Not afraid to be themselves.
Normalize being interesting.
Normalize being interesting. Oh my god. I
What?
think I have D&D this Saturday. I definitely didn't last Saturday, which means I definitely do this Saturday. I think I'm gonna have to Discord it again. I don't want to, but we've got the whip sprints, and I do need to get some work done afterwards. I might be
Oh,
calling it again.
breeze. Okay.
Which isn't that big of a deal because one of our players is in Thailand, so somebody's always calling it anyway.
Well, yeah.
And I gotta finish leveling my character. She's level 5 now. Level 5. Oh my god. Did I explain to you my anger and frustration at the red button pusher?
No. What? What is the story?
So I was late to get on last Saturday because I was at Bigger Saskatchewan's Fiber Fair. So when D&D started, I had just got back to Saskatoon and we were sitting down for dinner. I was gonna eat first. I was gonna eat first.
Yeah.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry. Like we ate, we snacked all the way home, got home and immediately had a big meal and then a dessert and kept going. Like we were starving because both of us are really bad for eating when we're at festivals and things. We take stuff. We take very healthy adult foods. We take very unhealthy adult foods. We take very unhealthy non-adult foods. Like there are, we always pack multiple options. We are never hurting for food. The biggest distress for the Long Way Homestead thing on the 16th of July is that it's a Sunday, so Hudson Bagels doesn't open till 8. So we're literally pre-ordering our bagels the day before they're going in the fridge because that's our thing. We get Hudson Bagels and then we go do a thing.
I mean, that sounds pretty great. I'm jealous, and I really want bagels now. I'm gonna have to go find bagels.
Gotta find bagels. I don't have a
I'm gonna
milkshake
Google if we have
place
bagel
that's doing
chips somewhere in this
$3
city.
milkshakes this
Oh
summer,
my god, we have a new
so
bagel store downtown.
I go check it out.
Uptown.
Could be good bagels. I love
This is
getting
very
the turkey
important.
club. So it's turkey club on a chocolate chip bagel. Go with me. You're
I
sweet
still
and you're
feel like the
savory
chocolate
at the
chip part
same
is
time.
weird.
It's not weird. It's so good. It's weird, guys. Like I ordered it when I went in, and I've almost always ordered it for like pickup or delivery, right? So like I'm rarely in. So when we went in to do it before we left for Saskatoon, and I like walked in, and I was like, "Could I get a turkey club on chocolate chip bagel?" She's like, "Are you the person who orders this occasionally with a bag of bagel chips?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I am." She's like, "Add an iced tea." I'm like, "Always the iced tea." She's like, "Yeah." Like, yeah. She's like, "How did you get there? Like, at what point did your brain go that needs to be on a chocolate chip bagel?" I'm like, it was probably the only option I had at the time that I knew that I liked. So I said, what's the worst? It's not my favorite. I don't do it again, right?
I think I found my Hudson bagel alternative.
So good. Oh my god, yes. Do they have good choices of bagels and spreads?
They seem
Got
to
some
have
sandies?
excellent sandwich choices.
Excellent, excellent.
So,
Hit
let's
me.
see.
What are some
Yes,
of our
these look
options
good.
here? I'm totally
Uh,
distracted. I'll get back to my D&D rant later.
there's vegan options, there's breakfast sandwich options, there's one that looks like cream cheese, there's salmon and cream cheese, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
There's this looks like maybe smoked meat.
Ooh,
I
gosh,
don't
that
know what is
sounds
on this one, but it's massive. It looks really good.
excellent.
What else do you have? They don't have bagel chips, which
That's
is
fine.
distressing.
That just means we'll get them next time you're in town. Or I randomly
But
get a special request order and we mail them to you. And you can just get your own cream cheese when they get out there.
I have a place to get bagels now.
Good. Listen, artisanal bagels are so much better than store-bought bagels. They are worth every penny. They are worth every
Like store bought
penny.
bagels aren't even good.
They are not good. They are not good. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Just buy the artisanal bagels. I think people are like, oh, well, a brownie's just a brownie. I'm like, no, no, no. Tall
No.
grass prairie brownies are an experience.
Yes.
They're not just a brownie, they are the brownie. Find yourself a good bakery that makes your the brownie and just pay for it. Pay for it and let it go because they will always do it better than you can do it. And they've got the Tallgrass Prairie does the not white wheat, whole wheat, spelt. They do spelt cinnamon buns.
Ooh.
They're so good. Oh, it's summertime, so right now when I want to treat myself to fancy bread that I haven't made, I walk over there. And I absolutely come home with 6 cinnamon buns and 4 brownies and 3 loaves of bread. And it's like
Well, yeah.
$20 plus. I
Well, yeah.
just don't care. I just don't care. Everyone's because
Uh,
I don't like making a lot of the artisanal, very complicated loaves.
well, yeah. No.
Nor do I
It's
necessarily want to go buy the
too much effort.
specialty flours or spelt
This is reminding me that I
loaves
need to
or
make some
all
sourdough.
these things. So I'm not really a huge sourdough fan. So like I like walking to the bakery and getting the fancy loaves. Like I'm never going to make a pumpernickel loaf. I love pumpernickel loaves. I'm never making
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I'm never making one. I will just buy one when I want one. I will just go buy one and it's fine. Everyday white bread that is made at home. That is made at home. I'm not paying for all those preservatives and garbage when I can make it at home for pennies to the dollar. I'm not doing it. Not for
And if you get a
non-fancy
good
white
no
bread,
knead bread recipe,
which I have. I'm working
yeah.
on the no need for the Dutch oven, and once I get that wrapped around my brain, it'll be good. Like my bannock is glorious, but I've been making bannock for a very long time. So I'm working right now to get my soda bread up to something very reasonable. I'm still slightly over mixing my soda bread, but it's like bannock. You gotta be able to feel when it's just the right, just combined, and then transfer it over. And I haven't made it enough to get the right feel for it. Just really, you could have an open window. Like you've got an open door, you've got airflow, man. What's going on?
Yes.
Anyway,
Warm in here.
D&D rant. Totally derailed.
Oh,
So I get on late.
sorry,
Ooh,
chat Jude
chat.
was saying, wait, did Jocelyn say it was whip sprints this weekend? Yes, whip sprints this
Yes.
weekend.
Whip sprints this
Saturday.
weekend.
The usual time.
I sure did.
Oh, it's a squirrel. Okay.
Oh, it's a squirrel. So you know
Oh,
what
there's
that
just this like
means?
weird black thing sticking out of the tree. I'm like, what is that? No, it's a squirrel doing something weird.
Now we get to watch that. You know what else we could decide today for you?
What?
You need to be ready to post photos for the craft off because literally on Sunday we compare how well we did this month. Guys, this is the blue screen of Diana figuring out her month's disappeared.
Oh, it's only the 25th on Sunday. It's
Okay,
only the
so you have
25th.
initial. Okay,
Yeah, I've got
okay.
one more week. I'm like,
You got
I'm
one more
so
week.
certain I had one more week. I have one more week. Don't do that to me. I have one more week, damn it.
I always assume that the whip sprints and then that Sunday is when we're doing the live. Okay, we get next week. Okay, I'll
Not
take it.
quite.
I'll take it.
Well, because the following, yeah, it was, yeah, things line up weird this month. So,
Okay.
yeah, that is the last Saturday that we're doing the whip sprints on, but
But it's
it's not
almost
the
a
end of the
full
month
week.
yet.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I derailed your D&D rant. Carry on.
I derailed my D&D rant. So I get on late. All right, talk to my buddy who's in Thailand, who's on Discord. That's how he plays. I was like, hey, could you babysit the cleric? Because I don't know if I'm gonna make it. It's like, yeah, absolutely. He can co-pilot the cleric for a session because we were in the middle of the Feywild. We're in the middle of a dungeon. I wasn't gonna leave them without their cleric. I be the person who keeps them from dying. This is important. I have to attend.
Yes.
Key position. Okay. So I sent him the spells I've used. I sent him I sent him the core stats, and I sent him what the character was doing choice wise, where she's at. Okay, cool. He had no problem. He's like, I sat mostly in the background and he only used like one of my spell slots. Otherwise, he was doing it all cantrips all the time. He didn't want to use any of my spell slots in case I showed up and we really needed them. We really needed them. I missed an hour. Missed an hour.
Okay.
We left at a short rest. In the hour I wasn't there, they got into combat. They got into the big combat. So they made it through the little combat, the numpties you have around the boss. And they were working on the boss figures. 3 hags, by the way. 3 hags. 3 hags making a coven. This is we're level 4. 3 hags is a stretch for us. Like, it was going to be a hard fight. It was not an easy opponent. We were punching a bit above our weight class. Just a bit.
Just a little.
Just a little. And we're a full party. There's a lot of hit points floating around. We got a lot of skill sets going around. We got up close combat. We've got ranged. We've got area. Like, we're a very solid, well-rounded party. So, like, not insurmountable, but definitely a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I got there, 2 of them were already down.
Oh dear.
And we hadn't learned anything. We hadn't learned anything because the red button pushing moron in the group, I'm talking about the player, not the character, didn't even let them do their villain monologue so that we could gain an info dump.
Oh dear.
Didn't even let the DM give us information we need to continue on our journey. Now, Jocelyn, the person, knows the DM. We're good friends. So he's already told me about where we're supposed to be going, but Gertrude, the player, I don't have a hot clue. Does not have a hot clue. We also didn't learn where the Heartwood was, which was what we were freaking there to find. None of this, because he decided to shoot them before they even got through their intros. Every time. I am, as a player, livid. I hate when people do this. Stop jumping the gun. Learn to wait your turn. Like, just stop. Just stop. You're ruining the game experience for the humans by needing to be the center of attention. Just stop. Stop doing it. We needed that monologue. Gertrude, the player, is not sure she's gonna save him ever.
Oh dear.
Because he pushes the button by shooting the bad guy, then runs away.
Oh.
And doesn't engage in combat for the most part. So he's not taking the damage, he's not using the spell slots, he's not using his ammo for the most part. He stands far back in the corner as a ranger, which he should be. He's got a longbow. He should be shooting things from a distance. You should not be engaging us because you're not the one that has to take the brunt of this combat. It's your two fighters, it's your druid, and it's your cleric. We're the ones that have to wait in. You should not be initializing combat.
Mm-hmm.
You should not be initializing combat. I should be, the druid should be, the fighter should be, the sorceress occasionally because, giant area of effect spells. Always handy when we're nowhere near close. Fireball, far more effective if you don't have people near you.
Yeah.
So that works. No problem. Fine. Fine. I am a grave cleric. Everybody knows at this point, Gertrude lets you drop to 0. Because I heal you better if you drop to 0. Because if you're doing death saves, I just heal you the max for each spell slot at each spell level.
Right.
So my cure wounds heals 1d8 plus my spell bonus, which is 6. I automatically heal you 8 plus 6 if you're down. I don't have to roll, you just get it.
Okay.
Hence why I've been dumping all my points into wisdom. And I let people drop. Everybody knows I let people drop. It's mechanically it's a more sound thing to do. And theme-wise, grave clerics aren't afraid of the dead, so this is not a problem for me. So when it gets bad and I start running out of spell slots, I spare the dying and I move on because I don't have time to pick everybody up. I don't have the spell slots to pick everybody up, so y'all gonna have to wait, right?
Mm-hmm.
I killed one of the hags, which if I'm doing the killing, we're in trouble.
Uh-huh.
That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And I had to do it as a self-defense mechanism to save my butt, because next turn a second hag came up and hugged me to death. So your cleric's down, your druid's down, one of your fighters is down. We're your 3 main DPS. You got 1 fighter, 1 ranger, 1 warlock, 1 sorceress. 1 melee character, 3 range characters, and one of them is a mage character. So glass cannon. So poor Copen, who's playing a female sorceress, is running around hiding like a crazy person because 1 hit and he's down. 1 hit and he's down. Sorceresses do not have a lot of hit points. They just don't. I have 32 at level 4. I went down under 1 round of combat.
Cool. Cool.
Cool. Second hag died because the second fighter remembered he had a fortress that he can just, it's an insta fortress, so he just drops it and it's a 10 by 10, what is it, or sorry, 40 by 40 foot area of just trees get smashed, stuff gets moved, rocks get pushed. It does, I think it's like 10d10 damage or something if you're underfoot and you can't get out of the way, and he just dropped it so it landed on 2 of the hags. So you take the force damage and you get pushed out of the way because
that's a cool thing to remember you have.
Yeah. So they were able to resolve conflict. So those of us at 0 hit points, which wake up at the end of battle, crawled our butts into the fortress and said, "Nope, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Absolutely not." And at this point, the player who was playing the guy who pushed the red button left. He's notorious for leaving. He almost always leaves if he shows up at all. It's not a consistent player. So we got it was a huge cash prize. It was a level up, lots of loot, lots of things. I got a healing staff because you roll dice to see how well you do. And for RTM, if you roll really low on the percentile dice, he gives you a rare gift. You get a rare item instead of like a common item. You roll too high, you don't find anything. So it's an interesting reversal. And we roll for our winnings. So we roll for copper, we roll for silver, we roll for gold. And he just tells what each party member gets rather than giving us a party total to divide. He does the math and tells us what we're getting. Super fine, whatever. Super excited to be level 5. I'm not sure Gertrude is ever going to heal this ranger. I'm not sure she is from the desert. She's in the middle of the Feywild. Not only is it too much green and too moist, but the green stuff keeps trying to kill us. It's the wrong shade of green. The sun doesn't come up and go down at the right time. There's no desert. There's no sand. There's no nothing that she has in her background. And she's been traveling. So like we're comfortable with, you know, regular forest levels of green. It's not our favorite, but it's manageable. Like it's when you travel to places and you're like, you know, it's not where I grew up, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Not the end of the world, but it doesn't feel quite as homey as home does, right? In the Feywild, trees talk to us, the grass could attack us. It
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
where
the Feywild.
there are random ruins from nomadic tribes people who don't build buildings. Like just so nope. She's been attacked by a scarecrow. We're done. We're done. We want out. We're over this whole phase of our existence. This is not an enjoyable experience. She's so
Chat is
stressed she's
terribly
not
entertained
knitting.
by your story, by the way. Uh, Karen says, I have not understood a single word in the last 10 minutes, but it's weirdly entertaining.
Just why? Why? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you even let the villain monologue go? Even superheroes and movies never let the villains do the villain monologue because it's an info dump. Come along now.
Important to the
Really?
plot.
So where are we supposed to be going after we find the hardwood? We don't know because we didn't get the damn info. Jocelyn knows where we need to go. Gertrude doesn't. This is just a freaking problem.
Oh dear.
Absolute nightmare. Very unhappy. I ranted so much, Aaron brought me a cup of mint tea. I grumbled the whole way to the kitchen of the kettle, all the way back. It's just like,
Oh my goodness.
didn't even get any
Suzanne is
info
in
out of it.
chat. Wants to
Ah,
know if you got the recipe she sent you.
did you send me one today? I got the last one you sent me. But if you sent me one super recently, I have not checked my emails or messages recently. So it's entirely possible that I have and I have not looked. I do that. I need to go looking today because I need to send mom some recipes for sauces and things for coleslaws and cabbage use. So I need to go find the YouTube video for the spicy peanut one that I like to make because I don't measure it anymore. And I want to send mom one with the measurements.
Suzanne sent it in the last few days.
Possibly not. I'll check later. I haven't checked the emails for everything super recently. My personal one I check at least once a day, but the Amber Dragon Designs and the Northern Knits I only check every couple of days.
I think I need to make that vegan sushi thing
Oh my
that you
god, it was
made.
so much fun.
I don't have
So much fun.
beets. Well, I have to go grocery shopping today anyway.
I was pretty sure you'll have to put groceries in your fridge at some point. Buy beets. You'll need beets and tofu. I'm trying to remember. Sushi rice.
Well, I have gone around this twice, and I still have one too many stitches
Sesame
somehow. So I'm just gonna
seeds.
purl those two together and they'll go away. Problem
Is it one too
solved.
many?
Apparently.
All
Well,
right.
either one too many or one too few.
You should count.
I'm not counting again. It's
Yeah,
fine. I have
just
purled them together. They
okay.
have gone away. The problem has been solved.
That's how I solve problems, so it works. Uh, Obviously, like rewatch the video, but if you're going to do the tofu with the tofu, I mean, you don't have to. You can choose regular mayo if you want.
I'm curious
So
about the
it's less.
tofu mayo, but that seems like an awful lot of
I
tofu.
I like it. Very high in protein. I like tofu mayo a lot. I find it easier to do a creamier tofu mayo with like a medium tofu than a firm tofu. And
I don't know what kind of tofu I have.
if you buy the extra firm tofu or the firm tofu, if you want to make it easier to like put it through the shredder to shred, freeze it first
Mm.
because then it just firms up the texture a little. But I
Like the
love
trick of
tofu
freezing
mayo.
butter.
Yeah, yeah. I find it much easier to work with when it's after it's been frozen. It just makes the tofu firmer. So
As long as I'm not suddenly missing a stitch next round, yeah, I will be very angry if I'm suddenly missing a stitch. I've done it the same way twice now, so chances are. Karen
I'm
says I
still
love
working on
vegan
my
mayo,
kosher
but I've never
solution.
made it myself.
Tofu mayo is super easy to make. Super easy to make.
It's
And
just like
buying
whizzed up tofu,
vegan
right?
mayo here, buying vegan mayo here is like a $10 a jar thing.
Ew.
It's anywhere from $7 to $10 depending on where you get it from. I can make it at home for less than $4.
Yeah, do that.
I just make it. Same with the cream cheeses. Like I've been looking into a lot of tofu instead of cashew for cream. Like in the soft tofu range, because cashews are super not a thing that is easy to afford right now. Like even for nuts, they're super expensive. So I'm
Yeah.
like, but the tofu cream cheese turns out great. I moved away from the firm that they suggested and I went down to a medium and that works perfectly. And it makes a super creamy tofu cream cheese. Done. And then my
Huh.
cream cheese is so high in protein it's not even funny. And again, I've made it for $3, $3 or $4 and
Thinking of
change because
food
you
stuff.
add a couple of extra ingredients.
So, family, the in-laws with the children are coming next
Yeah,
month.
yeah, yeah.
They're
Your
staying
niece
with
and
us for a
nephew.
week. So that should be lovely chaos. What do I feed children for a week that they'll actually eat? Does anybody know?
You've watched them eat.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I was paying attention.
We got chicken fingers and fries, burgers with ketchup and slices of cheese. They're children. Any form of sugar. They probably have boxed cereals that they eat, which are absolutely garbage and not good for them. Toast
True.
with peanut butter and jam. They're children.
Everybody says ask the parents. We have asked the parents. They've been a little unhelpful.
That doesn't surprise me, knowing the parents the way I do. They will likely
They've been about as
eat.
helpful as wow, everybody has literally asked the parents. It's like asking my mom when my parents were coming to stay, like asking my mom, okay, like what should I have in the house? And she's like, oh no, don't do anything special. We're pretty simple. I'm like,
No, you're not.
your simple and my simple are very different things. I'm gonna need some specifics.
You're not. So what I know
So
from them, given that I haven't seen or eaten with them in years, is they eat very basic kid food, which means no spices. Sorry, Mr. Diana, you're gonna have to learn to live without for a week. Because
yep.
they don't have the palates for it. They don't have the palates for it. They will not have been raised with it.
Noodles,
It's not a
chicken
thing.
nuggets, hot dogs. Yeah.
So yeah, hot dogs, good. Hot dogs are an amazing option. You got ketchup, hot dogs, you got cheese slices, you got bread, you got peanut butter, you got honey. You're pretty good. You want to get fancy? It's chicken fingers, burgers. They will eat things like plain cooked carrots.
Nope. Nope. Specifically, carrots was mentioned as a thing they won't eat.
Fair. I'm going on what my niece used to eat. She would eat carrots. What she loved to eat as a kid was fucking mashed potatoes, I swore. Mashed potatoes. And she ate like hamburger with mushroom sauce. Like literally the Campbell's condensed like mushroom soup in a can on top of hamburger. Or like she'd have sweet and sour ribs and potatoes and wouldn't eat any of the veggies. But my niece is not big on veggies. Boy, sugar, sweet snacks, candies. She's a teenager
Macaroni
now.
and
She'll
cheese,
eat an
ice
entire
cream.
large pizza. Pizzas are always good. Cheese
Oh
pizzas,
yeah,
specifically
pizza. Cheese
plain cheese
pizzas.
pizza.
Yes, that's the thing.
Plain
There we
cheese
go. Okay,
pizzas.
cheese pizza.
Yeah.
We'd hit on the thought of pizza, but I couldn't think of like what do you put on a pizza for kids? Cheese. You put cheese on
Cheese.
a pizza for
You
kids.
put
Cheese
cheese
and
on a pizza
sauce.
for kids. Cheese and
Chunky
sauce. That's
sauce,
it.
smooth sauce. Do I have
Smooth
to blend the
sauce.
sauce? Smooth
You want a
sauce. That's
pizza
what I'm
sauce.
thinking.
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
to pass. You want a
Well, because we make a
pizza
really
sauce,
good pizza sauce, but we usually just
which
leave
is
it
fine.
chunky. But I feel like I'm
No,
gonna have to pull out the immersion blender for that. Yeah.
yes, yeah, you want that smooth. Otherwise, they'll pull out the chunks and then they won't eat it because it looks funny.
Melanie's youngest daughter's favorite meal when she was in elementary school was corned beef and cabbage. I feel like that's
Yeah,
not common though.
that is not common. No, no.
That's awesome though. I used to like corned beef. I don't like it so much now.
Isabella loved chicken Alfredo for years. For years. Every time you asked her what she wanted chicken Alfredo. Now she won't touch the stuff. Not interested. His tastes change. She also used to eat garlic toast like it was going out of style. Could never have enough garlic toast in the house. Like she'd come downstairs and go, Annie Jo, can you make garlic toast? Because she couldn't figure out that I just put minced garlic in butter and then put it on toast.
Well, sometimes I get real lazy and I just get the pre-minced garlic and spread that on toast. There, garlic toast.
Always gotta add the butter.
It's
So
not quite
there's
the
that.
same, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. They like sweet things. They like fatty things. That's what their taste buds are geared towards at this point. And a very tends to be very bland diet because they're not. They're still
Okay.
building a food palette repertoire.
KD, fries, chicken nuggets, hot dogs, pizza, chips, ice
Katie's
cream.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, chips, ice cream. Yeah, all the things that your
Okay.
adult brain is gonna go. That's not a food group. It's a food group.
Okay. This is gonna be
Well,
really hard for me.
they might try some adult foods. Like you can probably talk them into trying things, but have the staples as backup.
Okay. Well, if all
Yeah.
else fails, then it's a McDonald's down the street, and I know they eat that.
Oh god, yeah. If they eat McDonald's, they're not eating your food. They're not eating your food.
I know.
Not even
I
close,
don't even
dear.
like
Not
McDonald's.
even close. Not even close. Nope. Not happening.
Except the coffee. The coffee's good.
Their coffee is good. I eat McDonald's, it's fine. But I don't
Okay.
assume my
Alright,
palate's wider than a
so
child's.
we're cooking food for the adults and food for the kids. And they are
Yeah.
separate.
Yeah.
Check if they eat mushrooms. Lots of kids don't. I actually
A
did.
lot
I
of
liked
kids
mushrooms.
don't eat mushrooms.
I specifically when we'd slice the mushrooms, I only liked the end bits that didn't have the stem on them. I didn't like those
Okay.
mushroom stems when I was
Got
a
it.
kid.
Why not?
Well,
Hey,
good luck with the
I
payroll,
hated.
Susanna.
Yes, absolutely. If Susanna's going back to payroll, I hated pepperoni as a child. I love it now. I also hated
Love
veggies as a
pepperoni.
child. Good 80% of my diet's now veggies.
I learned that veggies can actually be good. Um, they don't
Stews
have
can
to
be
be
good.
mush.
Depends on the stew you make.
Hmm.
Like, why don't you call their grandma and ask for the Yorkshire pudding recipe?
Oh, I have it.
Betcha they eat that.
They do eat the Yorkshire pudding. They eat nothing else in that meal. That
Nope.
is the one meal I know what parts of it they will and won't eat because
Well, of
that's the
course they
one that
won't.
we have all the time.
The
They
rest of
will
the
eat the
food
Yorkshire pudding.
is the rest of the food is for adults and boring and gross.
Yeah, I can make burgers. Karen's suggesting making burgers. I do have a good burger
Burgers,
recipe.
yeah. Uh, real meat burgers, low on spices.
My burgers are, well, when I'm making them for adults, it's a splash of beer and some salt and pepper.
That'll be fine for
Um,
kids. Mm.
yeah, it's probably fine. I have also used like Coke or Pepsi or something like that. Some kind of brown pop. That also
Yeah,
works.
that
But
would
that's
work.
it. That's literally it. Oh, and a dash of mustard.
You might like roasted chicken with nothing on it. Just real naked roasted chicken.
Anything roasted with just like a little, the lightest sprinkle of salt and pepper is actually so good.
Well, yeah, but they might not like the salt and pepper.
It's salt and
Again,
pepper.
they might not like it. It's not what their palate's geared towards right now.
Okay. Just make sure we
The
have lots
big
of
thing
ketchup.
will be to ask them what do they eat for breakfast.
Yeah.
They probably have more flexibility with lunches and dinners, but their breakfasts are probably sacred. That's what they eat for breakfast. That is definitely a no, really. What do they eat for breakfast? What is their normal lunch? What are their favorite suppers? And there's
Yeah.
no way mom and dad don't have that information. These are the same parents who don't give you guys Christmas ideas till like December.
The birthday's happening next week. Here's the list. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that's way too damn late. Way too late.
it's okay. It's okay. Do you have a barbecue? You could just throw some sausages on there with garlic bread and salads for the adults. We don't have a barbecue. We keep talking about getting one though, so we might do that. I would like to have a barbecue.
Right, yeah, because the kids would eat the hot dogs and the burgers, and the adults would have the sausages, have the coleslaw. Kids won't touch the salad, but the adults will touch the salad.
Yes, well, we do what we can.
Kids will have French fries, or you could do potatoes on the barbecue. Those are always tasty.
Yep. Roast potatoes. Not no wait, baked potatoes. That's what I'm thinking of. Baked potatoes.
Baked potatoes. Why would you bake a potato?
So that you it's the potato that you have with the sour cream and the chives.
You do
Baked
realize your
potato.
brother-in-law eats baked potato with nothing on it, right? No butter, no salt, no pepper, no chives, no sour cream. Just the potato.
I think there's going to be an adjustment period for this cooking. It'll be an adventure. We'll figure it out.
It's like I know your in-laws. You guys, I eat too exotically for them, and you guys don't eat exotically. That's the funny part.
I know.
It might be worthwhile asking specifically what brands of peanut butter they like, if they like honey, or if they prefer jam, and if they like jam, what kind of jam. You have to be very specific with your questioning.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you buy the wrong kind of jam, they might turn their nose up at it because it's not their
Oh, I
jam.
know, chunky versus smooth and all
Is a
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Jams are not marmalades, and as a child, not many children like marmalades. Some love
I
it,
still don't
most
like
hate them.
marmalade.
I'm not a massive fan. I will eat it. I'm not a massive fan. But
Okay.
chunky jam, I'm still not a chunky jam fan. I like my
I'm just not a
compotes.
fan of jam, really. It's too sweet.
I like
Unless the homemade stuff
compotes to be
sometimes
chunky.
is alright. Store
But
bought jam,
jams,
just it just tastes
I
like
love store
sugar.
bought jams. I love store bought jam. That's because you cut sugar out of your diet. That's what you've done. That's why sugar tastes weird to you.
Well, so when there's too much sugar, like I like some sugar, but if there's too much sugar, it's like it's too much.
I sit here drinking my lemonade. It absolutely has a lot of sugar in it. I need to make some rhubarb and raspberry compote because I got rhubarb in the freezer. That's gonna take a lot of sugar because it's green rhubarb.
Mm.
To combat this
Minty says
sour from the
garlic
rhubarb.
powder is even good. Yeah, for making garlic toast.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't
I
have
always
garlic
have
powder actually.
I always have minced garlic or garlic cloves, so I just mince them.
We got lazy about mincing our garlic and we buy the giant jars of pre-minced garlic. Because
I
we
like
just
to
use
buy the
that much
giant
garlic.
jars. I get the cloves because a lot of my recipes call for roasted garlic. It's hard to roast the pre-minced garlic.
That's true. You can't do that. I
You
mean, you
need
don't
the
necessarily have to
cloves.
roast the garlic, but
You
like,
want
yeah,
to roast
that
the
would.
garlic.
But you
Yeah,
want
if
to,
it
yeah.
calls
Roasted
for
garlic.
roasted garlic, you want to roast.
Roasted garlic.
Well, I made that lentil spread, and it
Yeah.
called for roasted garlic and onions. It would not taste anywhere near as good if I had not roasted my garlic and onion. I absolutely roasted my garlic and onion. Absolutely roasted my garlic and onion. In my toaster oven because I didn't need a lot of garlic or onion for the recipe.
I was so proud of myself. Last night I was cooking a thing and then I realized it called for celery and I'm like, oh no, we don't have celery. And then I remembered that lovage is a substitute for celery and I have a very healthy lovage plant.
Ooh, nice.
So I got to try cooking lovage stems as a celery replacement and it totally works.
Oh, good.
It's a little bit
Don't feed
different.
that to kids. Don't feed
Yeah, I
that to
know.
kids.
Yeah, I don't think the kids are going to eat the vegan lentil loaf. I don't know if the adults would eat the vegan lentil loaf. I like the vegan lentil loaf.
Given the adults, like maybe, and in that family, maybe
They'd try it at least.
No, maybe's usually a no. They're very classic Western eaters.
I know. Burgers, pizza.
They don't really experiment. I mean, the adults will put lettuce on their burgers, tomatoes. Kids probably eat burgers like I do, which is like with a slice of cheese whiz and some or a slice of Kraft and ketchup. Which drives my brother-in-law crazy. He's always like, 3 adult burgers and 2 kid burgers. Me and my niece eat the kid burgers. We just want burgers with slices of Kraft cheese and ketchup on them. I don't care that I'm 40. That's how I like my burger. Will I eat the fancy things like New Burger? Yeah, I absolutely ate New Burger. And I put avocado on it. So it had a tomato and avocado and lettuce and a aioli and, grilled onions and sauteed mushrooms. And it was a chicken breast burger. So it was a naked old chicken breast in there. And it was on a beautiful bun. Great, wonderful. I'm happy with cheese slices and ketchup on a burger
There's
between a
something
bun.
about the American craft cheese slice with the yellow mustard and the Heinz ketchup that's just
just,
it's just
just
classic.
I'm happy to walk into Five Guys and get a bacon cheeseburger wrapped in lettuce because the only thing I'm allergic to in Five Guys is the freaking buns. It's just popping some fries. I'm super yeah. That's yes. I don't
Karen says
need it to
maybe
be
if you don't
fancier
tell
than
them it's
that.
vegan. Yeah, maybe.
No, no, because they'll see the parents make a face. They're smarter than we give them credit for. Now you can
I'm
trick
kind of
them.
hoping that I can get them to help me a little bit in the kitchen, and then they might be a little more willing to try the thing that they help me make.
Good luck. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah,
My
I have no
niece would
idea how well
eat.
that's actually going to work.
My
Probably won't.
niece would eat Addie Joe's weird pasta because when she was little, we didn't tell her that I had vegan pasta or that I was using lentil noodles or chickpea noodles or anything else. She just assumed it was weird pasta because Addie Johnson's got food allergies, so she never questioned it.
Yeah.
So I would chop up that broccoli and cauliflower so it was so tiny it was pretty much minced, and in it went with the corkscrew pasta rotini, and pasta sauce, and I buried it in cheese so that I could get the veggies into her. That was the only way we could get veggies into her, is if it was absolutely smothered in cheese and so small she couldn't find it.
I mean,
It
yeah,
always
sounds
came with a
about right.
caveat: it's weird Annie Joe food because she's got food allergies. So like she's grown up with plant-based milk because that's what I cook with. That's what I eat with. She's just fine. She thinks it's weird cow milk because Addie Joe needs weird milk because she can't have regular milk. But she got more exposure that way than most people did. And so like a lot of kids don't get that kind of exposure. Now we're talking regular ye old white middle class children. Like if your brother-in-law was like Indian, then I'd be like, yeah, lay on the spice. Those kids absolutely have that in their diet already.
Yeah, they I don't think they'll
They
eat Indian.
certainly do not. They do not.
I it brings me great delight imagining the faces they would make try to get them to eat palak paneer.
Yeah, nope.
Green sludge with white chunks in it. Yeah.
Nope, not
They
gonna
would not
happen.
touch that with a
They
10
would
foot pole, and
no,
it would bring me
no
great
way.
delight to gross them
Oh,
out.
it's so
Because
good
it's
because you're just like,
delicious.
what are you eating? Green sludge. It's so tasty.
I'm eating chunky
Which, like,
green sludge. Do you want some?
grossing kids out while you eat foods that they would not touch is a delight of being an adult. It's just super fun. Eddie Joe, what are you eating? Oh, just having some vegan cake. You wouldn't like it. There's no dairy, there's no eggs, there's no milk. Oh, how is it even cake? And then my sister and me are like, we don't know. We'll just have a second slice. Huh? It's healthy adult cake. Ew. You wouldn't like this at all. It's got mushrooms in it, kid. Eddie Joe's eating weird fungus again. Best part. Best part. Uh, but yeah, I can't. I still have pizza pops in my freezer for when my niece comes over.
Oh,
She's a
pizza pops. That's
teenager.
maybe a thing I should have.
They might eat pizza pops. They might not. I don't know. I kept Pop Tarts and pizza pops for many years. She just doesn't want Pop Tarts anymore, but she still likes pizza pops.
I was so sad to try a Pop Tart a while ago. I got so excited. I'm like, I'm gonna have Pop Tarts. I'm gonna be like a child. I'm gonna have Pop Tarts. It'll be great. And then I had Pop Tart, and I'm like, this is so sweet. It's actually disgusting. And a little part of my childhood died.
You cut sugar out a lot.
I used to have Cinnamon Toast Crunch for breakfast every day. Now it's like an occasional small amount of snack food.
And you have brown sugar and cinnamon. you could have actual toast with brown sugar and cinnamon.
I could, but
That
even
might go
that's
over well.
like,
Not for you, for the
oh,
kids.
for the kids, yes.
If you had a two pieces of actual brown sugar cinnamon toast, you'd crash 3 hours later from a sugar overload.
Oh my god, yes. Yes, I would. This
You
is another
can't
reason
do
I don't
that.
eat so much sugar.
It's not a thing you can do. That's crazy pants.
Okay.
Should ask
This has
whether or
been
not
excellent advice.
They...
I don't know, it's not like I cook for kids, like, ever.
You don't. This will be a new experience for you guys. I'm excited for them to come out and visit. I hope they have fun.
Yeah.
All
A
right.
little less than a month.
We need to wrap this up. Look, I got a gauge swatch.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
we
not
do
done
indeed.
yet. Look,
Butt's falling
a
asleep. I need to stand up. Ooh, pretty.
gauge swatch.
Cast on.
I need to finish working on this. I'm gonna finish editing and work on this.
How many rows
Perfect.
have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's row 5. Figure one more
Alright.
row. Maybe 2. We'll see.
I'm not even at half a square yet, so I've got a ways to go. We'll see everybody. Well, everybody tomorrow will see the podcast, and then we'll
Yep.
see everybody live on Saturday for Whoop Sprints.
Yeah, we'll have to put up that schedule. Yep. I'll put up the reminder thingy on YouTube when we're
I
done
mean,
here.
you say it like I do it. We know I'm not the one who does it. I don't know why I'm even looking at buttons. You're in charge of everything, guys.
Right.
Guys, Diana's in charge.
Psh, don't know why we let me be in charge.
I've got
It's really a
coleslaw and
problem.
deer sausage. Call him a name.
Oh, I'm so hungry. I want bagels now. Oh, Melanie has Saturday off. Perfect. You can come join us.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm damp in places that I don't want to be damp. Oh my god. Okay, it's time to get up. All right, let's shut this thing down. Where's the button?
Bye,
Where's the
guys.
mouse? Okay. Bye, everybody.